Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it seems like the Ukrainians are focused right now in attacking barracks and military bases. Not that they were not focused on that before, but somehow in the past few days I noticed that the articles coming from the Ukrainian side are focused on the achievements, I would say, of Ukrainian army of blowing up Russian military bases, where they have different kind of people located over there, not only new recruits like in Crimea. We find here that they blown up the Federal Security Services in Melitopol, and that happened with HIMARS. I think that happened 2 days ago when they blew up in Melitopol. They said, well, we're blowing up about 200 Russians, blah, blah, blah. There were 3 strikes. And one of them was on this Federal Security Service of Russia. Those are the intelligence, like I think is the new KGB kind of unit or department nowadays. So this article comes, the counterpart to KGB. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda. It's from today, December 12, 2022. This is the title. Base of FSB analysts blown up in Melitopol. Russians are redeploying. So Ukraine's armed forces struck the base of Federal Security Services of Russia, FSB analysts in Melitopol over the weekend. Russian militaries are trying to hide their units after the Ukrainian strikes. It says that the source is Ivan Fedorov, the mayor of Melitopol, during a briefing at the Ukrainian Ukrinform Media Center on December 12, today. And I'm quoting, "We see that their air defense did not work, the Russian air defense did not work, during the explosions at the weekend. And now they are in panic. They do not understand what to do. They have been moving their military units to other places in order to try and hide them since yesterday, December 11 morning. I would not say that they are running away. They are redeploying." Details. Fedorov noted that the armed forces of Ukraine managed to hit 3 targets of Russian occupiers on the outskirts of Melitopol and in the city itself. According to him, dozens of invaders have been killed and about 200 have been taken to hospitals, including those located in the temporary occupied Crimea. And I'm quoting, "Firstly, their checkpoint, which is located 20 kilometers from Melitopol, has been destroyed." 20 kilometers, about 12 miles or something, 13 miles. And Novobohdanivka, a village near Melitopol, is a significantly important settlement because there is a logistic hub belonging to Russians through which they transport their equipment by railway. Secondly, a radar station was destroyed which Russians had used to track targets with the use of their air defense forces and to do air navigation. Okay, and thirdly, the Russians have been killed in a hotel and restaurant complex on the outskirts of Melitopol. There were FSB units responsible for analytics and database maintenance permanently stayed. Ossetians, the guys from Ossetia, have also been often on the territory of this resort. North Ossetia, Abkhazia, and Georgia, that little war that Saakashvili started, remember? And they thought that the US will intervene and the sponsors, but I guess he pushed the button too early. Details. Fedorov stressed that there are many pro-Ukrainian citizens in Melitopol, so the Ukrainian Secret Service are aware of each move of the occupiers in the city. I have no doubt about that. But how many Russians are in Ukraine? Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but under Stalin's rule, that Gruzin guy, the Georgian guy, not Russian, he employed this technique. He maneuvered masses. He took mass of people from different Soviet republics and moved them around. So let's say you got Moldova and you got Kyrgyzstan. And from Moldova, which are Romanians, they moved some forcefully. They said, you go over there and you're going to go to Kyrgyzstan. And the guys from Kyrgyzstan, they were moved into Moldova. Or Ukrainians were taken to, I don't know, Sevastopol, because Sevastopol is here, on the Far East. All right, Vladivostok, that's what I meant. So they went to Vladivostok. Vladivostok is by Japan. From Ukraine over there, and guys from the Vladivostok were brought to Ukraine. Because why? Because you don't want to have cohesion. Because diversity is our strength. Whose strength exactly? So they try to put them together. So when when you are not a homogeneous society, or you don't, you can't really organize against behind certain kind of values that you might have, tribal values. So you bring these guys and bring the guys, like for instance in Romania, they try to do the same thing with the Hungarian minority there. They got the Hungarians and try to transfer them and put them in Romania, and Romanians transferred into Hungarian majority, settlements where they were majority. Why? In order to mix them. So when you mix them, you don't have homogeneity, and they do not do whatever they might do. So that's why these guys, when they talk about diversity is our strength, think about this beautiful way of controlling people. So anyway, when you have Abkhazians come over there and fight, yeah, they're over there, as many others. On the other hand, don't be fooled. A lot of Russians are in the Republic of Moldova. A lot of Russians are in Ukraine, as a lot of Ukrainians are in other parts of the former Soviet Union. That's why when, for instance, Putin is quoted as saying that he still cries for the dissolution of Soviet Union, and he called it the greatest or biggest disaster in the 20th century or something like that, and everybody was like, oh, he's nostalgic, he wants to put back Soviet Union. Well, if you listen to these weasels, listen to what he said, and don't listen to the little edited portion of what he said. Yes, he said that, but they don't tell you the beginning and the end. At the end of the first the question and the answer, the whole answer. Yeah, I mean, like this you can make a criminal out of all of us if you just pick here this sentence out of context. Oh my God, he's pro that. Oh, he's against that. Oh, he's this, he's that. So the same with Putin. Why? Because I listened to that. You can find online, and he explained why. He explained because a lot of many people from different, as I said, socialist republics like Ukrainians, or when this disappeared, Soviet Union, they got different borders. A lot of Russians that were working and living in other republics at that time, they became independent, so they were caught in other countries and they had to move back. I mean, like, and all of a sudden you live wherever you live and you realize that you're not living in the country that you live with your people. Now you're the neighbor's people. You're in a neighbor's country. Would you like that? And you're gonna be under those guys. So that's what he meant. Economic tragedy. That's how, and political tragedy as well. And this reminds me of the well-known how should I put it, philosophical idea of Friedrich Nietzsche, right? When they all know it. Oh, God is dead. God is dead. That's all. Oh my God, he was an anti-God and all that. He celebrated that. That's how it goes. If you go and ask someone, hey, do you remember Nietzsche? When he said that God is dead? Yes, I know that. But do you know the beginning or the end? The end goes like this. God is dead, and we killed him. Why? Through our actions, to our, how should I put it, perverted way of being. That's what he meant. But if you don't read the whole thing, you think, oh my God, he's anti-God. Well, read the whole thing, and if you read the whole thesis, the whole idea, you're gonna get understanding what he meant by that. But it just make it, God is dead, Nietzsche, bad dude. The same here. The tragedy of the 20th century, the fall of the Soviet Union, oh my God, this bad dude. Well, no, employ some effort, a little bit, 2 clicks away. The information is very available. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.